What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So in my live stream today, I kind of gave my opinion on the whole 0.2% burn tax, lowering the burn tax from 0.1 to 0.2. But I wanted to kind of summarize exactly how I feel and, where things should really go. My kind of points as to why I don't believe this will 100% work. But also, I want to preface this whole entire thing to let you know that I back the community. If the community backs something, I'm going to let people know that I'm going to support it in a way. I'm just going to let you know why I feel like it may not be the best option, but I will continue to push to make sure that volume stays where it should be, make sure the support is where it's at. I just want to let people know that I don't 100% agree, right? And we can all disagree at times. We can all have our own opinions, and I respect everybody's opinion that's on the outside. I respect anybody that comes in with the same opinion that I have. If some people get, really follow or end up in the same goal or end up in the same, destination that I am, but then have a bunch of different things that I don't feel like line up with that. I still can hear their side, just like I can hear somebody else's side, that thinks that this is the best idea possible. So I hope that I am wrong. I really do hope that I am wrong because I want to see things burn. I want to see the overall supply burn down. I want to see people make a lot of money. I want to see this have a future value in the form of utility, and people that are holding it in the end not only are worth a hell of a lot more when it comes to their overall net worth, but also are able to use their Terra Luna Classic to vote, use their Terra Luna Classic for future utility. That's what I want to see. I want to see people thrive within this project alone. And, I guess this goes down in the record books as being one of the biggest money makers, as well as biggest utilities and largest use case that's out there. I really don't know what to fully expect from it, but I just want to see overall success from developers all the way down to the lowest investor. So guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're going to be going through proposal 5234, give my opinions on it because this has passed. So like I said, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, make sure you guys check out some of the links down below. It does help out the channel quite a bit. And if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, feel free to follow me on Twitter. It does help out with growth. And, I'm almost at 13,000 followers, which is freaking fantastic. We're on the road to 200,000 followers on the main channel. So feel free to hit that subscribe button there as well. But anyways, if you don't know of everything that's going on, if you're new to Terra Luna Classic, basically there was a 1.2% burn tax that was passed. A change proposal went through to change it to 1.2. Then we saw a decrease in volume, right? DApps kind of were complaining and saying that, it's going to cost them so much in order to do their normal transactions. And they're basically going to pay a hell of a lot in taxes, and it's not going to be worth it, right? And that's understandable, right? If you're doing a hell of a lot of transactions, have 1.2% burn that's going through rather than the low transaction costs that you had before the burn tax was in place. I understand it 100%. But not every DApp is like that. Not every form of utility or use case is like that. You're really just looking at a select few that obviously is doing that, but it could create a lot of volume, right? A lot of transactions that are going through. So if you don't know, again, when that was created, if we go to Terra Station, you're going to see that if I go back 30 days, you're going to see how this has changed. And this is just USTC, now USTC, but then UST. But Terra Luna Classic, if you look back then, you can see 311 billion. You could see 162 billion. But if you look at from the 21st all the way until today, look how low that volume is, right? So people are like, hey, this volume is insanely low. What's the reason for this? And a lot of people are blaming it on the burn tax, and me included. I am blaming it on the burn tax, but I'm also blaming CEXs for not implementing the burn tax there to make it normal. Because if they do their business elsewhere, it's abnormal to see 1.2%. So they'd rather go with the 0.1% or 0%, as a lot of people are seeing with Binance Convert. But we can talk about that in a whole nother video because we're already like 5 minutes in. But this is the proposal, right? This is the proposal. Let's go to ones that passed. This is the proposal right here, 5234, to lower the tax to 0.2% from that 1.2%. We're not even going to focus on the 10% that's set aside of this tax percentage. We're really just looking at the 0.2%. And a lot of people believe that this will work. Even people like, I believe Edward Kim is backing it. There's a lot of people that voted for it, voted yes for it. I believe it got like 80% support, 74% support, 74% yes votes out of it. So yes, it passed with flying colors. There was no issues there. But I don't necessarily think that it's going to work right now. I want to be wrong, and I want it to work to where we see a lot that's burning off, and you're going to see the volume increase a hell of a lot. Right now, we need the volume to increase 6x in order to get to the normal rate that we were burning before this change. Once it does go through, they have to go through a change proposal and everything there. Because if you're lowering the tax from 1.2% down to 0.2%, you're decreasing it you're dividing it by 6, basically, to where you're looking at like 20%, less than 20% of that, to where you're now hoping that we're going to see a 6x increase in volume. Well, if we're talking about just on-chain volume, maybe we'll see a 6x increase in volume of on-chain, which would be amazing. But overall volume, I don't think 6x is going to happen. So this is where it could differ, right? If we see that volume go from Binance or go from off-chain onto on-chain, and we see instead of looking at, if we go over here, instead of looking at somewhere around 30, right? 10 billion, right? We can see a level of 60 billion or 100 billion that flows through Terra Station or flows through on-chain. That would be amazing, but we don't know that yet. And I hope that we do see that. But if we're hoping for a 6x increase in overall volume from a level of 500 billion or 500 million to a billion, and then get up to a level of 6 billion or 3 billion, I feel like we need to see bull runs in order for that to happen. So let me give you my opinion before I get out of here and let you know. I don't want to talk your ear off here, but basically, I feel like there's 3 things here, right? I don't believe the volume will change much. Now, we understand that the volume is the volume. Whether it does migrate over, that's beyond my control. That's obviously to the DApp's control. We see more transactions that are going through with these utilities, with these use cases, and any other new things that are coming along. I don't think 0.2 will create more volume as a whole, but I think it may create a little bit more volume on chain. Does that mean that we'll see more burns that are going through? I don't necessarily think so. In a bull run, yes, we'll see burns that are going through, but does that mean we're seeing more burns than what we would have seen if it was 1.2%? Probably not that much more. Not to a level to where it's 6x volume. That's my opinion with that. I also think that it's too soon. As Edward Kim said, he said that maybe it is too soon, but also maybe it's not. Within his article, he said he doesn't think that it's 100% too soon. But I do believe that it's too soon. I mean, we're acting on something that we don't fully understand yet. You have to give it a little bit of time in order to break down if 1.2% actually can work, right? Give it some time, see how CEXs respond, and all of that. Now, also, I don't think CEXs are going to respond the same way the way that people think. They think that they're just going to be like, oh, well, 0.2% is a lot lower. Let's just implement 0.2%. Binance did it by a fee. If they added 0.2%, then they would be looking at an extra 0.1% fee on the people that are not using Binance Convert, which essentially will make people want to use Binance Convert more. If you don't notice, the burns are going down and down and down, which we will talk about in the next video on Binance's burn that it has done. This is the 3rd consecutive week that it has done it, and we've seen it decrease every single week. And not necessarily because of the volume, also because of Binance Convert. Now, the last thing that I wanted to talk about here that I believe is a major point is that with the DApps and with the utility, we're satisfying the few to sacrifice the many, right? There are so many other forms of utility that's going to be created. And I understand that if these are very popular in creating transactions on chain, then it truly makes sense. I just understand that there are a few that were complaining, and that's why we can see how this has changed and how we have seen a yes vote here, how people believe that more transactions are going to happen. So in my opinion, I don't believe that this is the best case scenario, but I do support it. And I most likely won't talk about it again in any type of negative light. I just wanted to let you know that I really don't 100% support the mindset behind it, right? Where it's supposed to get us. Will it get us at more volume? Probably a slight bit more. Will it get us at 6x volume? Probably not. So again, there's just a lot to unpack when you look at you know, changing the tax from to point two. But the good thing about this overall thing is that it's not a concrete change. All of this can be changed back if we don't believe that this is working. If we believe that, yes, we're seeing a little bit more volume, but we're also seeing less burns that are going through and it's just not lining up the right way. A lot of people believe that point two was too low and maybe point six would have been a better option. And I may have agreed with that a little bit more because splitting the volume or splitting the tax in half and saying that you only need to double the volume would make a lot more sense than 6xing the volume. Because no matter what, to a certain extent, the tax is not going to mean that much. I mean, 1% for me is not really that low, but that's just for me. Anyways, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, if you guys didn't check out the new proposal that I put in place, I just put in a new proposal 26 minutes ago, 5966. If you guys want to go and check it out, it's to add a deposit feature on Terra Station. So if you guys want to check that out, feel free to go and check it out. I want to see what the voting is. If it's no, then vote no. If it's yes, then vote yes. I just feel like this is the best option, and I talked about this in my previous video. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think about the new proposal that has passed and where we go from here. The only place that we can go from here is the same place we went for the 1.2%. We need to basically put in that change proposal, approve. I can't speak. Approve that change proposal. It seems like every video I have something to where I'm trying to get ahead of myself and talk way too fast. Approve that change proposal and get the 1.2% or get the 0.2% in place. And we'll see how that all works. But it's going to be a long road. We just have to figure out what the best process is, and we're trying to really configure or figure out what's going on here, where we see the best place we should be is at. I mean, we may change this to 0.6. There may be multiple changes that we have that we put in place, and it's okay. We're trying to find the best spot. I cannot speak. I'm going to get out of here, guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. See ya.